Hi, this is Karen from Cardio Golf, and I want to show you how the #1 golfer in the world, Scottie Scheffler, works out. If you've been following him, you know that he's the hottest golfer on the planet right now, and golf fitness is very important to him. How important is golf fitness to Scottie Scheffler? Well, he ran through a police barricade, attacked a police officer, and got arrested because he wanted to do his golf fitness warm-up before his round of golf. So how important is golf fitness? I'm just saying. So here are some exercises that Scottie Scheffler does on a weekly basis to get his body in shape for golf. This is more like a tutorial, so I'm going to show you the exercises, demonstrate them to you, so when you go to the gym, you know how to do them. All right, let's work out like Scottie Scheffler. The first exercise is a simple lunge with a twist. So you stand behind your fit slope. If you don't have a fit slope, then you just do this on the flat surface, and you are going to add rotation in both directions. So lunge and twist. So golf is very rotational. Your upper body twists separately from your lower body. So you want to be doing a lunge with twist. This is one of the exercises that Scottie does on a weekly basis to help his rotation and balance. The fit slope. For this next exercise, we're adding the PowerSwing trainer, some tubing. Scottie uses a lot of bands to help with his golf fitness. So you get into a reverse lunge position like this, a split squat, and then you are going to rotate your upper body over a stable lower body. And because your foot is elevated, it adds an element of balance. So try to keep your head center and try to rotate your upper torso over the resistance of your lower body without moving your head, without any lateral motion. You're doing rotation. So you're going to do 10 to 15 on one side. Try to stretch those arms out. Use the tubing as resistance to activate that upper body. And then switch and do 10 to 15 on the other side. So really try to get balance. So this is a challenging position for some people. So if this is as far as you can go, just try to. So now I've attached the PowerSwing trainer to a medium hook, and I'm using the CardioGolf Fit Slope. If you don't have one, then you just do this on the flat surface. I'm just wedging my foot up against it to add some resistance. Opposite hand to opposite knee that's forward. Make sure you lay that foot flat. Keep your core nice and tight, and then you're doing some rotation with your upper body. So you'll see there's a theme to a lot of Scottie Scheffler's exercise. One part of the body is stabilizing while other parts are moving, and that's what happens in the golf swing. So you're doing a little back row and then punching with the opposite arm, trying to keep that lower body super stable. And the slope just adds a little element of some resistance. So 10 to 15 on one side. You can add some pace and go a little bit faster. Row and punch, row and punch. And then make sure that you do the other side. So I'm just using a cushion for my knee. I'm going to wedge my foot up against the slope, switching hands, and then row with one arm, punch with the other. So a lot of upper body rotation and keeping that lower body stable. So those are a lot of the exercises that Scottie Scheffler does for his workouts. So you'll feel that in your core as well. So it's a lot of core strength. So this time I've attached the PowerSwing trainer to a lower hook, again using the CardioGolf Fit Slope, and I'm going to lay my shin up against here. So this is a lot of hip mobility. You'll see that he does a lot of hip exercises, a lot of hip mobility. He might even get down on the ground during a round of golf and stretch out his hips. So this is a big hip stretch right here. If this is as far as you can go, then this is as far as you can go, and you just sit here and you wiggle around to get some hip mobility in your hip flexor, in your glute, and obviously spinal mobility as well. But if you can, you're going to add a stretch. So you pull and stretch, pull and stretch. So you're getting a lot of spinal mobility, a lot of extra hip mobility. I'm using the GolfGym PowerBall. If you don't have one, get a small hand weight or no weight at all. You are going to get into a lunge position. So again, this is challenging for a lot of people, but this is a lot of balance. You need balance in golf. Then the same leg that's forward, you put the same hand, and then you're going to do a push motion. A push motion. So you're using a little bit of momentum. So you're loading and then pushing it, loading and pushing it, and using your core. Push, power. So about 8 to 10 on one side, and then switch and get into that split lunge position. Again, this is super challenging. If you don't have the foot slope, then you are just in a regular lunge position on the floor, but the foot slope adds an element of balance. To modify this exercise, I'm using a cushion for my knee, and this time I'm on kneeling. This might be a lot of pressure on the knees for some people, so it's a modification to increase the exercise. And then you're doing that push power exercise kneeling down. So getting a big stretch in your hips, a lot of balance. So again, you can see these exercises are stabilizing one part of the body while you're using the other part. So this is more challenging in the kneeling position. And then make sure you do the same amount on the other side. I'm just using the cushion for my knee, getting in the lunge position on the CardioGolf foot slope. This is challenging. This is getting a really good stretch in my hip and then doing that push power. So Scottie does a lot of exercising kneeling on the floor because that's stretching out his hips and stabilizing while the upper body. Lateral motion, that side-to-side movement is really important in the golf swing. So you'll see Scottie Scheffler do a lot of lateral motion. Hold the power ball on the outside hand and then just calculate how far you have to stance so that you can do a lateral lunge and then reach the ball to the opposite foot and push off. So a lot of balance here. We're doing a lot of side-to-side motion, opening up those hips, using a bit of upper body as well. So this will get your heart rate going if you power up. So really push off the slope, get some power in that leg. We're using our glutes, our core, and a bit of upper body by holding onto the ball. A lot of balance as well. That will also get your heart rate elevated to help you increase your endurance. Let's do a little coordination pattern and power. So hold your power ball, then you are going to lunge and then try to stabilize, raise the ball above your head, come back in, and then lunge and touch it down. And then you're just alternating going up and down, up and down. (10 to 15 on one side and then switch. So you're lunging up, stabilizing, raising up, then going down. So there you have it, the Scottie Scheffler workout. These are the things he does on a weekly basis to maintain, to improve, and to prevent injury. So just take your Shortee club and do a bunch of practice swings on an upslope and really try to imagine Scottie Scheffler's swing. He's got great setup. He's got a really nice wide takeaway with really high hands, really high hands. So just try to do that inside, because if you're outside trying to do that, that might mess up your timing. But here you can really work on trying to get Scottie Scheffler's backswing, loading into that backside. Then go to the other side, and I know he's got some weird feet, but what he does in his golf swing is he uses the ground to push off of. So the CardioGolf Slope helps you shift your weight towards the target like Scottie Scheffler does. When he gets to the top there, he really pushes off and uses his feet to push off of. I'm not recommending that for you, but a slope can help you push off and use the ground to help you create some power. So at the top there, you really shift your weight towards the target. Hold the angle. Don't let that club go like this, and then use the slope to push off of like Scottie Scheffler does. So take those exercises to the gym for a total body golf fitness workout like the #1 player does.